Hi everyone, I'm Marcy, and today I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to make New Mexico style green chili. This is a standard chili that you might put over your eggs and potatoes in the morning, or you would put it in your burritos, or you might pour it over your beans and anything else that you may be having for dinner. In fact, in New Mexico, some form of this will likely end up on the Thanksgiving table because we love our green chili that much. But of course, even with a simple recipe like this, there are many variations. So I'm going to do my best to go over some options with you. I'll put all the ingredients and measurements in the description box directly beneath this video. All you have to do is click where it says more and you should be able to see all the written information. But what I thought I would do is make green chili two different ways and then explain some variations as I go along. But either recipe is going to start with about 10 to 12 hatch green chilies that have been roasted, peeled, and chopped. I pulled these out of my freezer this morning and thawed them. And if you want to see how to do that, I'll go ahead and put a link to my hatch chili basics and you'll find out all about that. But if you don't have access to hatch chili where you live, you can always find it in a jar at your grocery store. This is 505 Southwestern brand. And if it's not carried at your grocery store, I know that you can find it on Amazon. Just so you know, they don't pay me to say this. It's not a paid endorsement at all. But this is a pretty good brand. Just make sure that you don't get the one that says lime in it. You just want the plain chili. So let's go ahead and get started with version number 1. I'm first going to heat a large skillet with enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan, and when it's hot, I'm going to toss in half of a chopped onion. Let it saute a couple of minutes, and as it begins to soften, add in 3 minced garlic cloves. Next, we add in our chopped green chilies. I said 10 to 12 chilies earlier, but just so you know, once it's chopped, it should be about 1.5 cups to 2 cups. Then season with salt and pepper to taste. And you can put in whatever kind of seasonings you like. My mom likes to put in oregano, and I like to put in cumin. So what I thought I'd do is put in about 1 teaspoon of oregano in this one, and then I'll add cumin to the other version. But you can add both if you'd like, or neither if you want. It's all up to you. Give it all a stir, then pour in about 2 cups of hot water. Stir again and let it come to a boil. Then reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for about 20 minutes and it's done. After 20 minutes, if you feel like too much of the water has evaporated, you can always add more, but I like it just like this. And another thing that my mom does at the very end is she will add cheese, and who doesn't love cheese, right? And literally it's just whatever kind of cheese she has on hand. So like right now I have some cheddar and I have some muenster. So I'm just gonna cut a few slices in there, melt it up, and basically we're all set. So this is basically it. This chili is just perfect in its simplicity. The flavors are fantastic and it smells so good. And with the little melted cheese in there, you're gonna love it. But let's go ahead and make version number 2 now. For this, we're going to start by heating a large skillet with a tablespoon of oil to coat the bottom of the pan. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour and mix it around. What we're doing is creating a roux that's equal parts oil to flour, and it's going to help thicken the sauce. If you want it to be even more of a gravy, use 2 tablespoons of each and then add more water later. As the flour cooks and turns sort of golden in color, add in half of a chopped onion and let that cook a couple of minutes before adding 3 minced garlic cloves. Next, add in 2 chopped Roma tomatoes, followed by about 2 cups of chopped green chili. And the amounts don't have to be precise. Give everything a good stir, then season with salt, pepper, and any other seasonings you like. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to add cumin to this chili. This is only about 1 teaspoon, maybe slightly more. Then add in 2 cups of hot water, but again, if you want more of a gravy, add 3 cups of water. Continue to mix until it comes to a boil. Then reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for 20 minutes. And now this green chili is done and it looks and smells amazing. It has these pops of red color from the tomato, but it's cooked nice and tender. Now, say for example, you wanted to add meat to your green chili. You can absolutely do that. In fact, what I really like is pork meat in my green chili. So what you would do is you would just cut that up into small pieces and then fry the meat first, and then when it's just about done cooking, then you would continue on adding the other ingredients in the order that I showed you with both those recipes, and it'll just be fantastic. So think of this really as a starting point, and then once you start making New Mexico green chili, you start to experiment and customize it and make it your own. But either way, I think you're really gonna love it. The flavors are fantastic, and it just elevates every meal. Now I got to decide what I'm going to make, and I'm thinking possibly some huevos rancheros. I have plenty of green chili to work with. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and check out my other green chili recipes following this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do so now so you don't miss any of my recipes. I also invite you to follow me at Marcy Inspired on Instagram and Facebook. Until next time, blessings from my kitchen to yours.